And just like that, the Pokemon Presents has been announced for Pokemon Day. Let's break it down. Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka A-Drive. I bring you guys a brand new video today, and it is officially time as Pokemon has officially confirmed that there will be a Pokemon Presents scheduled for Sunday, February 27th on Pokemon Day. Now, if you guys saw the breakout over the last few days, we talked about this calendar of what Pokemon Week looked like, and Pokemon Day has officially been confirmed to have that Presents, which was previously void from this calendar. So we're gonna break it all down, kind of what to expect, what may or may not be announced, and much, much more. But hit that like button down below, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new so you don't miss out on the Pokemon news and information right here on youtube.com/adrive. And don't forget, if you guys are hyped, you can check out teamshiny.com to pick up some sweet merch. We just launched some new designs. You can use code Arceus to get 15% off if you pick up 3 shirts or more, so check them out, because they're awesome. So, Cerebi.net has officially confirmed that this Presents is 14 minutes long, and it's funny because when Pokemon rolled out this calendar a couple days back on the 21st, we saw that they had an announcement for Pokemon Masters EX, and then Pokemon Sword and Shield, Cafe Remix. The 24th was the Unite update, which ended up being Hoopa, by the way. Kind of cool. I'm excited for Hoopa. Then tomorrow is the music, Pokemon Go on the 26th, and then the 27th was like just Pokemon Day, and everyone's like, but wait, where's the announcement? Why has there been no announcement? And ultimately, we knew it was coming, or at least I believed it was coming, that Pokemon Presents is officially going down. And this is gonna be happening at 14 UTC, which for me is 9 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday. So if you guys wanna watch the presentation with me, I'll be live streaming it on twitch.tv/adrive, where I do all my live streams. I legitimately stream every day. So if you don't tune into my streams, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm there every day streaming, shiny hunting, and all sorts of stuff. So we're gonna be streaming the Presents on Sunday morning right there. You can do a time zone converter, or maybe KG will edit it on the screen for you guys. And again, it's gonna be 14 minutes long. So you may ask yourself, well, what are they gonna actually announce for this Pokemon Presents? Well, one, it's a good thing that we're getting one, right? Because that likely means that they're getting some new information. And there's 2 potential big announcements that we would be getting. The first one being Generation 9, which seems a bit unlikely, and the second one being Arceus Dlc, as well as a few other little things that could kind of trickle in there. So I'll talk about those, but let's talk Arceus Dlc first. So the reason why we anticipated Arceus Dlc is simply on the fact that the Riddler, who is a very reputable insider, has communicated multiple times that Pokemon Legends Arceus is getting a DLC, even said DLC soon. They pointed towards April as a key indicator for something big. So this is an opportunity for Pokemon to kind of lay out their foundation, lay out their pipeline for what's coming in 2022. Now, shifting gears to the potential Generation 9, we consider things as the fact that over the last handful of generations, from Generation 6 to 7, 7 to 8, I believe 5 to 6 as well, we've had 3-year increments between them of the new generations, and fall of 2022 happens to be a 3-year increment from the previous Pokemon, new generation. So the opportunity for a new generation, Generation 9, heading into the fall does make a lot of sense. Would they actually announce that and confirm that at this stage? I don't know, because we have a track record of previous years of whether or not they announced them. X and Y was announced in January, Sun and Moon was announced in February, Ultra Sun and Moon was announced in June, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was announced in May, Sword and Shield was announced in February, and BDSP and Arceus was announced in February. So it's very possible. It is very possible. I just wonder if they're gonna have 2 things. If it is indeed Arceus DLC and Generation 9, would they announce both of them simultaneously? I have a hard time believing that. There's also been a lot of whispers about a Detective Pikachu 2 video game coming. So we'll have to see what kind of comes of that. I'm not necessarily convinced. I've heard a lot of whispers about it. I didn't play the original one. It's not something I'm particularly excited about, but we could see something regarding Detective Pikachu. We could also see something regarding Pokemon Sleep, which was announced a few years ago and then seemingly poof. However, we've seen multiple instances of domain names being registered and having some sort of kind of presence online there. But again, they've been radio silent about Pokemon Sleep, so there may be some updates regarding that as well. Time will tell regarding whether or not we are going to get updates on that title, but it's very interesting. And then from there could be a handful of other things that could be included in this presentation. From the fact that the new TCG Live app is now in beta in Canada, to other potential projects like a new stadium game or even a new mystery dungeon game, which seems a little bit unlikely, but we know Pokemon has a kind of tendency to do these different spin-off games and things of that nature, so it's possible that there's some sort of other announcements that kind of tie into that. I anticipate some sort of like thank you for the 25-year anniversary celebration, because now we're heading into the 26th year. There may be some TCG related stuff outside of the app itself. But ultimately, I think the big things that we are looking at here are the potential Legends Arceus DLC, as well as the potential for Generation 9. Again, I'm just not entirely sold on the fact that they would do both at the same time, because the concern is that you announce one and then maybe it doesn't make the other one as impactful. So it's possible that there's a teaser, they may drop logos, there could be anything. I feel like there's a lot of potential here for what could come, but I think it's important to temper our expectations, right? We don't want to go into this thinking, oh my God, we're gonna get Generation 9, 10, and 11, wow. You know what I mean? Like, be realistic. But the fact that we're getting a Pokemon Presents in the first place is a really, really good sign that there's something gonna happen, right? Because they're not gonna do a presentation that's 14 minutes long and then not do anything, right? They're not, you know what I mean? So then the question is, like, what does the Arceus DLC entail if that is the case? Is it like a Shinjo Ruins? Are they gonna add new areas to explore? Are they gonna add new Pokemon? Are they gonna do anything for BDSP as well? I didn't even mention this stuff, but the potential for BDSP updates. We know that there's a Shaman event, a Darkrai event, things like that are programmed into BDSP that we haven't gotten yet. Perhaps there's some sort of updates to that game, which just got version 1.2, as well as the interconnectivity with Pokemon Home. There's an opportunity for them to bring Pokemon Home back to the table, as we are, you know, already almost through February. We've had no updates regarding Pokemon Home, so it's possible that they do something like that. Further, there's always the opportunity for different kind of virtual consoles of games. They really haven't done that too much. They did Crystal, they did Red, Blue, Yellow, Green a couple years ago on the DS, but they haven't really done a ton of that in the US in terms of the Nintendo Switch. So we'll have to see if there's gonna be any sort of virtual console updates. And another game that just came to mind was Pokemon Quest, which, for those who don't know, Pokemon Quest was a banger game when it first dropped, and then they never updated it here in the US, but they've updated it in like China. So like there's still new Pokemon being added to Quest all the time in other regions, but they never did it in the US. So like they're updating this game, but not giving it to us here. So maybe we get some sort of Pokemon Quest reboot as well. I feel like that's something worth mentioning. I enjoyed Quest, as kind of goofy as it was. I enjoyed it. It was a fun game. It was lighthearted. Getting shinies in it was kind of sick, and I wish that they updated it, because if they had updated it more regularly, Pokemon Quest would have actually been kind of a home run of a game. So at least for a free-to-play game that was just kind of casual, I would have really enjoyed more emphasis on Pokemon Quest. So that's kind of the full gambit of what we could potentially expect for Pokemon Presents here. Obviously, there's always the chance that they announce something totally out of left field. You know, like I said, the Coliseum potential is real, things like that. But if I had to just place a bet on it, I do think at the very least it's gonna be the Legends Arceus DLC confirmation and a timeline for when that's gonna come out, and maybe a teaser for Pokemon Generation 9. So that's pretty much the full rundown and everything you need to know about the Pokemon Presents, taking place on Sunday, a 14-minute presentation at 9 a.m. Eastern or 14 UTC. Again, you could tune into my live streams at twitch.tv/ADrive if you want to watch it live with me and the rest of the ADrive army. We're going to have a launch party. We're going to watch it together. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to see what's going to go down. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, if you haven't done so yet, feel free to check out teamshiny.com, pick up some sweet merch and t-shirts there at teamshiny.com. You don't want to miss out. Like the video if you guys enjoyed this one. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And of course, let me know your thoughts and predictions for Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day 2022. Are we getting Legends Arceus DLC announcement? Are we getting Generation 9? Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments section below. And that's gonna be that for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by ADrive, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.